Hi there, welcome again to Fifth Wheelers Australia in Ballarat. Today we're doing a 3-inch gooseneck install on a CHEV 2500. So this kit will fit from 2020 onwards and it'll do the 2500 and the 3500. I'll just show you how we prepare for the install. So we've got the kit laid out on the bench here ready to roll. Before we start we pull out the wheel liners. So if your truck's got wheel liners, they come out, they're a Torx bit. Underneath the floor, above the spare tyre, is this heat shield. Pull that out, and this is just a guard that goes around the spare wheel. That goes back in. This doesn't go back in. Pull the spare wheel down, get rid of that, and then set out your gear on the bench from in the two boxes that you get. And the first thing you do is set these two cross arms up with the holding brackets. So you can actually put these on and do up the bolts to 150 foot-pound. It's all in the instructions there on how you put those together. Pay attention to the direction of the bolts. Follow the picture in this top right-hand corner. Put them together, do them up. Then we install those cross arms up from underneath, and then once they're underneath, you put the other two sides on. In the top of the chassis, there's two bolts. Two threads already set into the chassis. That's what holds the kit in place. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side and 4 on the other side. Right, our next part of the install is put the hole in the floor. So we put a bit of tape down there and mark a hole. It tells you how long. This is a short bed truck. It's shorter than 8 foot. So it's 37 1/8 inches or 943 mil. So 943 mil from the end of the tub. Mark a hole. If it's got a spray liner, a bit of spray on the floor, you just need to add or subtract for that. So 943 mil. Give yourself a pilot hole and then put through a 4-inch hole saw. Good to start it in reverse to cut through the tub liner and then run it right through. Here we are under the Chevy, just installing the hitch. We've drilled the hole in the floor, that's through. We've pulled down the heat shield. We've pulled down the shroud around the spare tyre. We've disconnected the rubber mounts on the exhaust, this one and the next one back, so you can pull down on the exhaust. So when you start to go and install these cross arms, you need a second person to pull this exhaust down. Get them to hold that down really tight. We've already got the front one in there, but the method for putting it in is, and they're pretty heavy, loosen this bracket off up here. It's a brake line bracket. Take the bolt out of that. You can see it up there already. So you put it in like this. That goes over the top of the chassis, and then you lift the right-hand side of it up into position. Then you have one of these at the ready, and you've got to feed it in from here, and then get it up on top of the chassis, and this cradle here accepts that 4-inch or that 3-inch tube that lays in there. So once that's in on top, you put the two bolts in. Then you put the back one in, same deal. Lift it up over there. This one's really easy to put in. Feed that over. We've got 2 bolts in the top of the chassis there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. They're metric. Do them up. And then the next thing is we'll lift up the center cradle. We've got a lifting device because we do a lot of these, but you can just use a ratchet strap. Have a guy up in the tub and he pulls up on the ratchet strap, or just a strap of any description, and takes the weight of the receiver box. The receiver box fits up and goes through that 4-inch hole in the floor. We'll come back in a minute and show you the rest. Okay, so we've lifted up the center section. This is called the receiver box here. It's got a cutout in it for this bit of top hat. So it goes rear of the top hat, the center hole here where the ball goes. We've chose to put the pull handle on the passenger side, but you can bolt it in on the driver's side. So you need to put that on before you lift the center box up. If you lift the center box up using someone up top to pull it up, then these flat straps, they go on, and the bolts on the rear feed in from the rear, and one of those straps goes on the front, and the bolts on the front feed in from the front. Now the reason that is so you can tighten them all and use a torque wrench on them. If you put them back here, the exhaust gets in the road, the fuel tank gets in the road. So just note the direction. You tighten them up, so you tighten them from the bolt head not the nut. The nut's got a little gripper on it. So you're tightening the bolt head, and then you're tightening the bolt heads down there. It's important to get the measurement. A measurement from here to the top hat has to be the same from there to the top hat, so it's running square. There's slots in these over here on the bolts. Don't have them tight. Get it square first, then tighten those. Important to be tight in here and there. So just watch what order you do them up in. Refer to the instructions. Righto, that's about it. Then you put it all back together. You put the exhaust in, you put the shroud back in, and then we'll torque it all up. So we've just torqued up the 5/8 bolts with the torque wrench, 150 foot-pound, but you can't get this torque wrench in up there for the 14mm bolts. So sort of done a bit of testing, and using an 18mm spanner, you can get an 18mm spanner in here, going into the factory threaded holes. And I'm only a little guy. If you pull on that there, you'll get 100 foot-pound, and that's what they need to be done up to. So 18mm spanner, as tight as you can do it, and you should be right. Come up here and I'll show you how to pull that handle out. So the handle's poking out here on the passenger side, and it's a simple action. You pull out like this and hold, then the ball drops in, and give it just a bit of a wiggle, and the 15mm rod fires back in. And all our kits come with an install instruction sheet and a little booklet. The booklet's got some lubrication in there for the ball when it drops in and out, and you do it on the corners of it, on the shank. I'll just go and show you the ball install. So we're back up here in the tub of the Chevy. We've put a 7-pin plug in on the left-hand side. Sometimes they're a 12-pin. Here's the ball ready to go. The lubrication, a bit of grease on these 4 corners, and then simply drop it in the hole like that, and the pin goes in from my assistant. These 3-inch versions won't turn around and go down in the hole like the American smaller size does. And in this case, the lady's towing an American gooseneck horse float, so it's got chains on it. Not a requirement in Australia. We put these chain hooks in. They come in the kit. Put them in if you need to put them in. So that's it. If you need one of these kits, come and visit us or make an inquiry with Fifth Wheelers Australia in Ballarat.